Hello, everybody. Maybe it's better if I just talk normal on my channel. Maybe if I should just talk just like a regular fucking guy so people don't get the wrong impression. Because I make a lot of videos and I try to do this I don't know. I try to do a lot of different things, man. I've I've done so much shit. If you've been around my channel for a while, you kind of understand what's going on. You may or may not. I talk about it, but some people really they don't get it. Like it's like you still don't get that it's just a joke, you know? I don't know. Like I post something, you're like, "Are you fucking serious?" And it's like, "Yeah," but I don't know, man. It's like I do try to do things in a way where I'm not trying to make fun of anybody or I'm not trying to really fuck with anybody, man. Like I don't want to get sued. I don't want to be in an altercation. I guess I'm a pussy, right? Cuz I don't want to get into an intellectual fight. That's intellectual warfare, man. When you have an opinion and someone else has an opinion and they're trying to spread their propaganda of their greatness, because that's what it really is, you know. If I mean, it kind of is, but it's kind of not. Like if you do whatever you do, and it's almost kind of stupid to think of performing in a video like this. Like I'm performing. I think the word performing is a little bit like dwindled a little bit because people just make stuff. It's like, okay, I'm performing like it's and it is an art form and all this, but do I really need to be all sentimental about it? Do I really need to be all like, yeah, it's an art form. It's a fucking art form. Do I really need to be like that? Because it's like, oh, we're performing. I'm performing. And I've done a lot of stuff and I just look back and I'm like, damn, how come I can't recapture some of that shit? Like, what the fuck am I doing? Can't recapture some of that stuff I was doing before. And I'm over here just writing stuff right now, and I'm trying to come up with ideas for animations and stuff. And I have a bunch of ideas, man, written down. Like I have a bunch of ideas, and then sometimes I'm just like, you know what, just do whatever. And then sometimes I'm okay, let's just do this idea. But then I switch over and I do something else. So it's like, well, fuck, can't you just focus on one thing for a month? But here's the problem. Here's the problem with this, with focusing on one thing. Because, man, I don't know. It's crazy. Okay, so here's the thing. I just wrote, like, okay, let's see. How many books did I write? So I finished one called The Sunshine Door. I wrote Santa's Secret Sex Journal, which is just this fucking, yeah, you go read, go look it up if you want to know. I have the thing posted on the community page too, the link to it. But so I wrote those two books. Those two books did okay. They got rid of some copies. And then I did this. So I did a bunch of other books. Okay, one book I just had to edit in this chaotic yesterdays of impeccable greed. I just had to edit that fucking thing. And then we had a bunch of other books from businessmen to goldfish, um, pack a raincoat and a screw loose. And those two titles right there, I wrote those titles down when I was brainstorming shit. And I was like, you know what, these sound good. I'm just gonna roll with these. Um, and then I wrote like an epic story. Like I wrote like this crazy sci-fi horse shit. And I think maybe I didn't do too well on the cover because I was kind of like I wasn't really. I don't know. It's kind of weird to think about rushing writing because I don't know. It's like you have to write it the right way, but when you try to write something as hard as that, it's like it's easy to go wrong. Because like if you go read the story, you would know what I'm saying. It's called the Climax Ordinance. I just publish this. I don't always share the books I publish. I don't always like try to promote them that much because not a lot of people really respond to it because they think I'm just trying to sell them something. And but I'm an artist. I'm a writer, and if you don't have the fans, you don't have the fans. And I'm not saying that trying to promote it isn't useless. I mean, I just published so much stuff this month. I just kind of didn't even really mention the shit that I published because I have so many books published, and I'm just like, it's just Seth over there publishing books again. But so I feel like but to my point was that when you keep going, when you keep grinding, you grind. Sometimes you can get on a bad streak and you just need to quit. You know, Like I was just streaming last month and I felt like I was like, you know what, dude, you kind of just need to quit. Like it you're not really feeling the gameplay. It feels a little forced. You don't really want to be here. And I don't know. I guess you could just stream in chat for a little while. That and I could do that. But people come in, they try to talk to me and tell me to play games, and streaming is I don't know. Streaming is people like to come on live streams and fuck with people live. They like to talk to you and feel the gratification of talking to that person. Like it fucking means something, you know what I mean? Like I get something from talking to the person or something like and you do, but some people use it in the other way. They like to abuse it, and you got all these like people trying to fuck with you in a million different ways. And I'm just like, you know what? I just want to make a video. I don't even want to do this live bullshit, really. Like fuck this, fuck you. But so I uploaded it. I made this. I was experimenting with 3D animations last night. I don't know what drove me to do that. I just felt like, hey, let's just fuck around with 3D software. And I made some stuff, and I made something called "Drink Your Own Piss." I don't know if people are really too fond of that, but I made "Drink Your Own Piss," and I don't know what the fuck that was. I made this weird thing, and then I put eyeballs on it, and I put this mouth, and I just made it talk, and I was just like, let's just do an impression, throw it on there. But I think it just looks so horrendously disgusting. It was just like, no, Seth, no, no, no. Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't know, man. Who knows? Maybe it's going viral right now. Probably not. But yeah. So I'm just fucking around, post shit. Just like I think of it like, hey guys, I made some stuff. I don't even know what to think of it, so I'm gonna post it online. What do we think of this? It's not. So it's not really like, yeah, I'm ashamed because I made this. It's like, what do you guys think? I don't know. Like I'm just fucking around. But here's the thing I'm trying to say is because I get to the point where I'm like, well, stop fucking around. Stop fucking around, Seth. Stop fucking around. Get serious. And that doesn't always work. Like I said, I wrote a couple more books, and I really tried it, man, hammer and nail. And so I'm over here like, and I remember times that I made like really good stuff, and the way I felt, and everything went well. Everything was kind of aligned. It was like my destiny to do that. My imagination. Like whenever I got over when I was getting millions of views on food videos, I was just like, it was just, I don't know. It was just, everything was just going right. And it's pretty crazy to think that I got over 2 million views on one video, you know. But ha ha ha, no one cares. Go brag about it to someone who cares, Seth. Nah, it's kind of weird going viral, but that's what I'm trying to say is just because you're grinding doesn't mean you're going to make good stuff, but it can lead towards something good. That's kind of my point.